Hi everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for joining me today while I share this latest journal of mine as part of Flip Through Friday, which is a collaboration hosted by Katrina of Christina's Shack, and I'll put her link below. So I made the cover out of an embroidered bag carry bag that I saw in an op shop, and I just loved it and I thought it would make a perfect journal. So if you listen carefully, I made the cover inside the bag. I slipped a piece of manila folder and some sewing pattern paper, so that's making up the cover. Anyway, I've got the closure here using this yellow lace that I did around the sides, the edges as well. And like I said, the bag is there as well. I've got a little envelope of things from the story story of Mem Fox wrote about Koala Lou. That's going to fold. That's going to be a bit of a, I don't know if I can chop it off anymore. I have to look at it, so I'll leave it out for a minute. And this is a page out of a book that I found, written by a woman who was one of the earliest settlers, and I just loved this picture. And she collected all these Aboriginal legends and shared them, so that's how people found out about them. So there's a bit of the cover that I had to cut off part of it to make it fit, because it's too big otherwise, and did that. And there's a little ephemera folder here using part of the Koala Blue book too. Isn't that gorgeous? The gum leaves and the caterpillar. So inside I've got a few collectibles that were from, I bought these from the Salvos and Save place. This is all of these are Australian type things. So I just made some tags, and that's a little ephemera folder back. I kept it pretty plain really, because I just thought it was just pretty with the colours on the leaves and the caterpillar. It's just doesn't really need a lot of other things, I don't think. It keeps bouncing out of my hand. So I've actually clipped it to this Australian wildflowers of the Adelaide Hills, Adelaide being where I lived. I created this stencil from a leaf I had from an estate, deceased estate. So what I did was I created a mask, and so that's the mask. I think it might be that there. That's the way. I think that's what it's called. That's the way it goes. So I did that, and I used that to create these leaves throughout my journal. Then we'll go back. This book with the gold whistler with the wattle in the background, a little folder of Australian things. I'm not going to open it so that the buyer has a bit of a surprise. Map of Tasmania, old map, really old map. And this one was Western Australia. Just did some edging with some yellow paper and with pinking shears, and that's come off. Why is it that every time I show something I find something that needs to be fixed, always, without fail. Yeah. This is a tag I made quite a while ago. Popped it in this wraparound pocket. This is from the Country's Women's Association book. This is a wraparound folder that I also made from the Women's Weekly book, from the bits that I had left over. There's a little notepad and some leftover doilies. Just pop them in there. These are from Pixie Harris, which is an Australian illustrator who does Pixie Harris, who does flower fairies as well, but for Australian things. So I thought they looked quite nice in there, so I popped them in there. And more of that of the bag I popped there. Some Monopoly money, and this is from a book about May Gibbs. This is actually a wool, fabric pattern tag that I made using a wildflower birthday book. A very big tag. I chose it because it had some yellow flowers on there. There's another leaf. Story of the koala loo, but I kept it. I didn't do anything because I just wanted to keep the pictures and stories intact. This is part of that story about the woman who collected all the Aboriginal legends, stories. An old vintage bingo card in the tuck spot there. That's from the koala loo story as well. This is a genuine photograph folder, one of our own, Tony's and mine, and I put it in there because it's got a picture of the Sydney Opera House and a green tree frog. Some more little tags using gumnut babies. This is a doily from Velita. Velitas. Oh, my mind's gone blank, but anyway, I'll put her link below because she's got all these wonderful digital doilies that you can download, and they're not very expensive. But I popped this one in because it's got a lovely picture of a kangaroo on it. I've just backed it with some paper because I just couldn't get it to fold properly. Some lace on the edge of the paper here. This is very old writing paper, lined paper. Got this poem from the Australian flowers of the season, birthday seasons, and there's some things in there that for the buyer to discover. There's some stamping around the edges. There's more of that folder. This is a story about May Gibbs, a little bit of information about May Gibbs. There's a bit of a Franken paper here. And this is a little flip out, but I did pip of the outback on a dusty day. Beautiful. Not much fun being in a dust storm. It's hard to see. More of the koala loo story. Again, I just kept it. I didn't do anything with a flap and another leaf. This is a postcard that Tony and I collected when we went to Richmond in Tasmania. So that's in there. A little pocket that I created using some more Franken paper. Another tag, or I'll leave that in there. This is a little flip out. I'm not going to show you what's behind there. Just that's more gumnut babies there, and that's goes over the top, so that's just stuck down. There's more of the Country Women's Association pictures. Made a little pocket here, some little bag of things in there, and this is from Advertiser, because which is our local paper, because every now and again they have all these old stories, so I popped that in there. So that's on the back of this card. This is a die, crossword die, and I've put some words in there. Another leaf, and there's an envelope here that I made out of Franken paper as well, and there's some things in there. I created a little tuck spot using some dictionary page, and there's another bit of the bag, and that's the back, and that's my journal. And I remembered what Gaga Gastelli said about signing your name, handmade with love, by Kay Forder. That's me. Anyway, thank you very much for sharing this with me, and I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. I've actually, would you believe, sewn this one in. I don't normally sew my journals in. I normally just tie them in with elastic, but this one I sewed in because of the soft cover lid. Something to play with. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye bye.